With us now, we're also looking at gold and silver prices, which moved higher today, supported by a weaker US dollar and growing investor focus on the future trajectory of US Federal Reserve policy, despite easing geopolitical tensions following a breakthrough between the US and Iran. On the multi-commodity exchange, gold futures for August delivery climbed sharply during the session. The yellow metal rose as much as rupees 3,301 or 2.19% to touch an intraday high of rupees 1,53,829 per 10 grams around 11:45 am. It was later trading at rupees 1,52,774, which was up rupees 2,256 or 1.49% from the previous close. Silver also witnessed strong buying interest, extending gains through the session. MCX July silver futures traded at rupees 2,53,345 per kg, up rupees 7,159 or nearly 3%. The contract later quoted at rupees 2,51,692 per kilogram, higher by rupees 5,500 or 2.24% compared to the previous close. The precious metal opened the day on a strong note, with gold starting at rupees 1,53,829 per gram per 10 grams and silver at rupees 2,51,563 per kg on the commodity exchange. So let's in fact take a look at the difference in gold prices over the past 3 days, because if you're especially talking about this rally that is being witnessed with the breakthrough in talks between the United States and Iran, we have over here gold prices per gram. Now today prices for 24 karat gold stand at 14,923. For 22 karat gold it's 13,680, and for 18 karat gold it is 10,320. Now if you compare this to just yesterday, that is the 14th of June, from 15,284 yesterday, today 24 karat gold stands at 14,923, and you can see that change throughout. 22 karat gold was 14,000 yesterday, 13,680 today. It was 18 karat gold was 11,463 yesterday, and it is at 10,320 today. So just within a day, this is the change that we have been witnessing. Now if we compare it to the prices on the 13th of June, on the 13th of June, 24 karat gold was 15,143 per gram, which compared to today it is 14,923. So of course the fall that is being witnessed. 22 karat gold 13,780 on the 13th of June, today 13,680. Similarly for 18 karat gold, 11,972 2 days ago, today it is 10,320 rupees. So of course that is another major development that we're tracking as well. Mithali Nikor continues to be with us on the broadcast. Mithali, another key indicator, as you said, gold and silver prices. What we're witnessing right now, this buying of gold, do you think this is more driven by expectations of maybe lower interest or a weaker US dollar, or is it still being viewed as a safe haven purchase by consumers?
So I think this is where it gets very interesting, because of course gold is a safe haven asset, and over the last 1 year since Donald Trump came into power and the entire global economy was upended by his illegal tariffs, we were in a situation where gold kept going up and up and up, and so did silver. Of course, for silver it was a slightly different consideration because there was a high industrial demand as well, driving that price increase. Now in the last 1 week, as the murmurings have become stronger of a peace deal and that it was announced, that's when we see gold finally on a slightly downward trajectory. But one hint that this peace deal would not go through, or it will get it will be subverted for some reason, and we'll start to see gold prices go up again. So very honestly, for gold prices as well, I would say this week is a very important wait and watch, but then we might see some stabilization I definitely don't see them going back to the 2024 or early 2025 levels. I think they would stabilize somewhere in the early 2026 levels.
Absolutely, Mithali. Now, Dr. Sharath Kohli also continues to be with us on the broadcast. So, of course, we've been tracking all of these developments, whether it's the markets, whether it is oil, or gold prices. But we've seen a lot over the past 3 months, ever since the breakout of this war. What do you think are going to be the long-term economic fallouts or economic impacts that we will be witnessing now in the coming months or in the coming year?
Are you asking me for gold and silver, Malvika?
We're just speaking about the overall situation that we're in. Do you think that this rally will be extended, but we will be witnessing some sort of long-term fallouts as well? What do you think those will be, and how can we combat that?
No, you see, when you look at the international prices, because we should not forget 99% of the gold in India is imported. And the price discovery of gold and silver happens internationally. It doesn't, our Dhanteras, Akshay Tritiya or weddings, it has a very minimal impact on gold and silver prices. So I think there are two factors internationally. The dollar index, which was hovering at over 100 for last few days, which is what was putting pressure on gold and silver. So that has come down below 100 thanks to the peace deal announcement. Then bond yields in America, they were hovering around 4.6, which was again putting pressure, and the gold had almost touched $4,000 about a couple of days ago. And now, of course, they have the dollar index is below 100. So that has led to this $100 rise all of a sudden. I think a very important aspect, Malvika, would be Fed meeting in America, which is happening on the 16th or 17th. The new Fed chairperson, Kevin Walsh, he's going to hold his maiden meeting. He's a man of Donald Trump. I'm sure he's not going to let him hike the rates if he doesn't, but all would depend upon the commentary that he makes. If he makes a very, very pessimistic commentary that probably inflation is still going to remain high and so on and so forth, I think gold and silver prices will again be under pressure. But if he makes a positive commentary that now with the war being over, inflation is going to settle down, because inflation was 4.2 in America, which was affecting the bond yields. If that happens, then we'll see a further surge of gold and silver prices. Having said that, Malvika, I think I would advise the viewers to consult their investment advisors. But then I see a very long-term, a very good prospect in the long term for gold and silver. People who are wanting to invest in smaller lots at dips can keep it for 2 years. I think it's going to give a wonderful return, Malvika. That's more important for viewers than what happens to their own gold and if they want to invest, isn't it?
Absolutely.